Hello my lovelies, it's Friday lunchtime. The birds are singing and amazingly it has stopped raining for about, well, probably about 7 minutes I imagine. As you can see, it's been wet most of the morning. Bloody hell, what a washout this summer is this month. But the point is, I need to go to the post office. I should have gone yesterday. I cannot fail to go today. And we need to go in Wetleg. She is overdue having her wheels turned over. So, well, let's go and do exactly that, shall we? And then come back and think about getting a video uploaded for tonight and think about a spot of lunch and a lot of washing up. Actually, oh, hang on. Actually, stick that on hold for half an hour. Somebody's coming around to pick something up. So, a nice man is on his way to come and give me £10 for this Ford emergency kit, which I'm selling on the grounds that I no longer have a Ford, and I desperately need £10. Yes, I've managed to get myself into a state of parlous poverty once again, where a tenner is kind of a big deal, and that's why I called him a nice man. He might not be a nice man, he might be a dreadful man, but the point is, he's a man with £10 that he's going to give to me in exchange for this, and today that makes him a nice man. Excellent, that is an Ayrton Senna for me. A chap who's off to France in the morning with his family will now be all legal and above board, because of course you have to carry warning triangle, high vis, spare bulbs, all of that sort of shenanigans. Tonight's video, which is the third part of the lunch, Monday's lunch doings, and it's quite a funny one actually, well worth watching. It's uploading, and right, I had better get off to the post office. That'll teach me to put the roof down, won't it? It's raining. It's only raining a bit though. That really is just such an astonishingly good car to drive. Hello, puss. Hello, darling. Oh, come say hello. Come and say hello. What happened to your eye? Puss. Come here. Come on, darling. There you go. There you go. Oh, you've lost an eye, darling. Oh my God, how did that happen? Oh, bless you. Oh, there we are. There we are. Who's feeding you while your owners are away? They're the crews, aren't they? Who's looking after you and your one eye? Hairy beast, aren't you? Yes. Oh, sweetheart. I know. I know. I take it somebody's feeding you? Yes, of course they are. Your owners love you very much, don't they? They'll be missing you. I think they're back soon, aren't they? Oh. Who did that to you, sweetie pie? There are two of them, darling, virtually identical. And when, I'm not sure which this one is. I know one of them's called Tiger. Can't remember what the other one's called. And when they first moved in, the cat decided that he was going to adopt me and move in with me. gave me no choice in the matter, as they do, but the owners were not happy, and they repatriated him back home, quite rightly. They pay the vet bills, which is more than I could, which is why I haven't got a pet. Apart from the fish, which you tend not to take to a vet. Alright, sweetie pie, I've got to go and get some lunch. You chill out, take care of yourself. I'll see you soon. Oh, bless you. Yes, I know. You're a fussbot, aren't you? Big old fussbot. Right, let's go and get some lunch. I'll see you in a bit. Well, here we go again with Friday night. And the question is it going to be unexpectedly busy, unexpectedly quiet, expectedly busy, or somewhere none of the above? We shall see. Loads of people wandering around the town centre tonight for some reason, all with the look of the tourist about them. Though why the sodding hell a tourist would want to come to Ripley is, I mean, no offence to Ripley, it just doesn't strike me as high up on the list of Derbyshire tourist destinations. Look at that, my lovelies. A clock that works. Okay, my lovelies, we are heading home, and you will be shaking around all over the place, so I'm sorry about that. Or you might potentially be a bit blurry as well. I should have wiped you before I mounted you, shouldn't I? Dear me, that was somewhat remiss of me, wasn't it? I'll try and wipe you on the go. Bear with. Bear with, bear with, bear with. I've got a doing somewhere. Ah, here it is. Ah, yes, there we are. The ever useful blue paper. Right, I'll give you a wipe. Might be better, might not be. You're very blurred, aren't you? If only I could drive along while holding the phone steady. And I'll say it again, if anybody knows of a windscreen mount for a portable electric telephone that will hold the phone firmly, one of these three-sided, three-base things that Simon talks about. If anybody knows of one or where I could get one, please do tell me, because it's irksome in the extreme that, you know, unless you're not, well, even when you're not moving, the camera bloody shakes, because it shakes with the vibration of the engine, or it does with some engines anyway. But there we are. Tonight was pretty quiet, certainly quiet for a Friday, so yeah, no great hassles, nice early finish. In theory we're open until 11 on Friday, but we were all ready to go at 10:30. Oh, red light. So there's no live stream tonight, so I will get this edited and bunged up tonight before I go to bed. Well, actually, I'll start on it as soon as I get in. I'll get in. I'll probably, again, because there's no live stream, I shall probably get changed into my evening attire, pour a glass of wine, and yeah, sit down and get this together and get it up. It's not a long one today. These were only ever supposed to be like 3 or 4 minutes, just a snippet. And you know, I've done some longer ones, and now I feel guilty if it's a shorty. You know, they're turning into bloody normal length videos, aren't they? Which I suppose is all right, unless I just start filling them up with any sort of crap. Oh, hang on, what am I talking about? That's what I do with all of my videos and my live streams and the Facebook group, and well, just my life generally, really. That's what I do. I take a space and I fill it up with any old crap, whether that space is a YouTube video or a Facebook group or a Facebook post, or just an in-person conversation. But yeah, the point is it'll get up there tonight, and that will free up some time tomorrow to catch up with some housework which really needs doing. Maybe have a play with a car or two. Actually, I need to get the P-scan out on a few of them, including this one. The airbag light is still firmly on. Again, to the best of my knowledge, I haven't had an accident, so could do with getting the old P-scan on there and seeing if we can turn that off on a permanent basis. A permanent basis. I'll just cogitate on that. Couldn't be bothered to change gear there. Yeah, and tomorrow will be a little bit of a change. Tomorrow will be my video on the StreetWise. I'm quite looking forward to editing that together, actually. Yeah, hopefully that'll be okay. I am very fond of that. Somebody commented on Mustard's video that they were surprised that I wasn't all over it, but yeah, it's one of those cars on which Mustard very much had first claim. But I've got a long-term plan with that StreetWise. You know, it's a StreetWise. I don't have one in the fleet. It's a sensationally good car to drive, and it's in the right colour. So a lot of people have thought, well, how come Boaty doesn't want that? Well, of course I do. Of course I want it, as I think will become very clear in the video tomorrow. But I've got to play the long game with this one. Now, Mustard, with the exception of Nigel, you look at Mustard's cars, they always turn over. It might take a year or even more than a year, but they always turn over because he gets bored, or because something else comes along, or most usually because he's skint. But yeah, they always turn over, and I've no doubt that the StreetWise will be no different. Indeed, again, in a comment or a reply to a comment on the same video, I think, and somebody mentioned something about, and Mustard said, oh, it won't be here next year. So, in other words, even he acknowledges that, with the exception of Nigel, his cars turn over. So, he will take on the StreetWise. He's very much in love with it at the moment. Interestingly, on his video, he talked about being swayed by the last of the line aspect, the efforts that they made in the car, despite it being a bit crap, the efforts that they made to keep the mark afloat, which is exactly the argument that I made last year for the Facelift 25, when I did that series of videos on Brian Johnston, and I was saying why the Rover 25 facelift shouldn't be ignored and actually deserves to be loved, and is also a jolly good modern classic, and a jolly good investment for the future. And that still holds. You can still buy them pretty much for brass buttons, and yeah, well, they are they do have inherent flaws over and above the pre-facelift, then they've got other stuff that outweighs that last of the line thing. And the fact that the rate of attrition is greater than the pre-facelift because of that lack of love will just make them rarer quicker. And when they become rare, then suddenly they become appreciated, and the values will appreciate accordingly. So it was interesting to hear him come around to the argument that I was making last year, when of course he called me all of the idiots under the sun. But so we'll have the StreetWise for a while. He'll love it, he'll have fun with it, and most importantly of all, he will improve it. He'll improve the bodywork. He'll do paint correction. See, I knew it began with a D. He might replace an odd panel or two. He might well sort out the interior trim and just generally make it a better car. So, excuse me just one moment. So when he does eventually get bored of it, I can pounce on it, a bit like I did with Brian Johnston. Now, hopefully that will be in quite a while, like 6 to 9 months, because that's how long it would take me to save up for it. Maybe a year, actually. But so there you go. That is my cunning long-term plan with the StreetWise. I would bet that one day that car will end up in the fleet. That is my prophecy. Here we go. Time to feel the power. I don't care what Mustard says. That is not slow. There's like a tidal wave of torque. It's in its own way, it really is addictive. It's so much grunt from the L series. I dread to think what one of these would be like tuned. Rob is talking about the L series being tuned to 160 brake, and he's planning to do something similar with his diesel StreetWise. Gosh, that would be insane. You'd want to operate the bloody brakes though, that's for absolutely sure and certain. Brakes are a bit pants on this. They're not in the same way as an MGF, it's just a really long, squishy pedal. Doesn't help having drums at the back, of course. But, and according to the weather forecast, don't dazzle me. Oh, you bastard. Couldn't see a thing. It's going to be a miserable old weekend. Rain's going to be coming and going, apparently. I really hope that it's not too bad for Mustard's do at the yard. But, yeah, not going to be a fun weekend, and the rain's not going to be clearing up until Monday night or Tuesday, I believe. So what a July it is, eh? Gosh, I'm going to say good night now, my lovelies. So as soon as I get in, I'll get changed, get that wine poured, and get this uploaded. So a couple of you might see this tonight, or more probably not, 'cause it's going to be late, isn't it? So it's probably already going to be Saturday when you do see this. So I hope you have a great Saturday, and I will see you tomorrow night for tomorrow night's diary. And if I don't see you then, hopefully I'll see you Sunday afternoon for the inaugural Live at Lunchtime. All right, darlings, you take great care of yourselves. Good night, God bless.